welcome to another Lazy Dude 99 video. This is a response video to Teen Titans Go and Beware the Batman, the two shows that have replaced Young Justice and Green Lantern the animated series. And I decided to talk about Avengers Assemble later in this video. Now, if you saw my rant on Young Justice and Green Lantern the animated series being cancelled, you really know how I felt about those shows. I thought they were two very good shows, and it didn't make any sense to me to throw these two shows away and replace with two shows that you don't really know are going to work. And I really wanted to talk about this when Teen Titans Go episode premiered, but I wanted to wait until I saw Beware the Batman. So let's start with talking about Teen Titans Go. When I first saw that episode, my reaction was kind of like this. Ah! I mean, I was pissed! Seriously? I mean, we had ended Young Justice in one of the most saddest emotional experiences that I've had in an animated series, and instead we get this extremely kidded, watered-down version of Teen Titans. I mean, my goodness, I was mad. I wanted to go to the Cartoon Network producers and just... I only watched the first episode because I could not stomach watching anymore. What was the story of the first episode? Well, it was two short stories, so here's what we got. Raven wants to watch a My Little Pony show, but she doesn't want to watch in front of the other Titans, so she says that there's this legendary sandwich, and they go all around the world finding parts of this sandwich to put it together. It's gonna be the best sandwich ever, and then they make the sandwich and the slug eats it. Ha ha ha! But that's only the first part. Then the second part comes along where it's Cyborg's birthday! And Beast Boy makes him something, and they sing about a song about how much they like pie. And then Beast Boy goes to work, and then to buy about Cyborg a video game, and then they argue and there's a pie fight. Oh my gosh, the only good quality about Teen Titans Go, the only good quality of it, was the voice actors, who were all the same voice actors from the original Teen Titans show. And the only reason that you could get even a chuckle out of some of these jokes is because of the voice actors. Because they're very well, they're good, all of them are good voice actors and actresses. And that's the only way you get even a slight chuckle out of these so childish jokes. It just rammed right into my mind that, yeah, the Cartoon Network, they don't give two bits about any of us. They don't care about any of us fans. All they thought was, hey, look at this watered-down version of Teen Titans that's so much cheaper in animation. Let's do that, and the fans and the lovers of these great characters won't even notice, right? Wrong! Is there anybody out there enjoying Teen Titans Go? I mean, anyone even enjoying it as a guilty pleasure? If you are, please write in the comments below why. I tried to watch it with just like, oh, it's just a fun, silly thing, but I mean, like, look, when it came to the Teen Titans show, the original, it could be silly and extremely silly at some episodes. But the thing that I liked about it is the fact that at times they could take itself seriously. This show says, let's cut away all the serious stuff, shove that aside, and put more silly stuff in your face. I mean, Caillou is more butch than this show. Okay, that might be going a little far. But still, the thing that angers me so much about this is Young Justice was such a great show about young teenage superheroes, and it was, without a doubt, one of the best animated TV shows ever. But who cares about making a legacy in animation? Let's worry about making the moolah. So let's cut down and get some cheap kiddie crap for ya, and that'll be just as good. Now, okay, that's one half of the equation. How's Beware the Batman? For a show like Beware the Batman, it's kind of too early to tell, because I only saw the first episode. Yeah. I mean, first thing I want to say is the fact that they have Professor Pig. The thing is, they changed his motivation, because in the comic written by Grant Morrison, when he showed up, he was insane. He was truly demented and crazy. And he was giving Joker a run for his money. I mean, I have rarely been so creeped out by a character as I was at Professor Pig.
And here he talks a lot like this, and I say, Toad, let's go on a hunt these days, huh?
The voice actor does an okay job, but the thing is, it's a completely different character.
This character wants to punish those who hurt animal kind, I say.
Which, I'm sorry, but if I want a villain who's like all about, oh, you're destroying the world and you will pay for that, I'll watch Poison Ivy. The fact that they just change his character motivation, it makes him a less interesting of a character. I mean, did I think they could have showed the truly insane antics of Professor Pig in an animated show? No, but you could have watered it down. I mean, Joker is one of the craziest characters in all of literature, and yet he still is in every animated series, because they watered it down to the point where it's satisfactory for kids. Not to the point where it's extremely kiddie, like Teen Titans Go! As in Teen Titans Go! Yourself. Okay, I can't swear. This won't make me swear. The voice actor it's okay. That's the whole thing about Professor Pig in this episode. It's okay. Almost everything about this show so far, from what I've seen, is a ripoff of other things. I mean, there's a lot. I was starting to the point where I'm like, okay, that's Batman the Animated Series. That's The Dark Knight. That's Batman Begins. I was literally pointing out that, like, for example, Batman's butler, Alfred, is a lot different in this. He's more of a military type, and he's more of the battle strategist. But it's a really big departure from a normal Alfred, and it really reminds me of the Batman Earth 1 Alfred. You know, less of the fatherly figure and more of the military hardened guy. And he has a Scottish accent for some reason. However, that doesn't mean it's bad. It's a different take, but I feel like, okay, it's kind of, you're taking this different take from Alfred from another, another source. Somebody else already did the different take on Alfred. It's interesting to see in an animated show. However, Batman, I mean, like, I said in my Young Justice and Green Lantern show canceled rant that I think Batman always looks best as a 2D figure. Someone who barely even stands out, who is just like a shadow on the wall. And I wasn't sure how he was going to stand out in 3D animation. It looks kind of silly. I mean, Green Lantern, the animated series, it fit in 3D animation. It really did. Because you have the whole constructs and all of the abilities and the flying around and all that. It really fit the world to have 3D animation. Batman? I think that for animation-wise, it's probably best to probably keep him 2D. Because that mask, I don't know, it looks weird. And it looks off. And I don't really like it. Voice acting is okay. It's fine. Nothing to stand out, but it's okay. I get where the people are coming from for this show. They want to do a Batman show, but they don't want it to be to draw comparisons to Batman the Animated Series. Because that was the Batman's biggest problem. Like, when you had an episode in The Batman where, let's say, Batman goes up against Mr. Freeze, then you look back at Heart of Ice, and you say, oh, well, that's just so much better than the Batman. So, yes. Like, I thought the Batman show was, nah. I mean, there was parts about it that really bugged me, parts about the show that I liked, but I can still watch the show and enjoy it. But it's not a show that I go back to over and over again like Batman the Animated Series is. So I get that this show is trying to do absolutely nothing the same as those shows. But there's lots of things that I'm like, well, that's kind of like, for example, there's a scene in here where Professor Pig is trying to shoot this guy's car with a cannonball, and Batman drives his car in front of it and takes the hit. It really reminded me of The Dark Knight, where he drove the car in front of the bazooka that Joker shot. You know, stuff like that. And there's stuff where you're like, okay, that was just obvious exposition. There's a scene when Batman's driving towards this building that the Professor Pig is in there, and the radio says, "Batman, did you know that this building's structure is not sound and could fall?" He's like, "I do now." Then he goes into the building. I'm like, okay, how much you want to bet that that building's going to collapse? How much you want to bet that that building is not going to remain standing by the end of this episode? I mean, like, that was just so obvious. I mean, you got to hide your foreshadowing a little bit better than that. It's called foreshadowing, not for spotlighting. However, I find the show to be, right now, meh. Not horrible. There's parts about it that I don't really like, but parts about it that are okay. So I think that the Beware the Batman has the ability to be an okay show. Maybe even a good one. You don't know. Because I didn't think Young Justice was that great of a show when I first started watching it, but it grew into such a great show. This, I don't know if it has that. It doesn't, like, for example, the very first episode of Green Lantern the Animated Series I saw, I wanted to see the next one. And I wanted to see the, like, Young Justice wasn't the same, but I was willing to see the next one and, you know, look forward to it a little bit. This, I'm just like, if I never saw another episode, I'd be okay. You replaced two very well done animated TV shows and replaced them with two shows that, one, only the extremely kiddie or the extreme fanboys of Teen Titans are going to watch Teen Titans Go. Because it's so extremely kiddie. And Beware the Batman, right now, we've had better Batman shows. In fact, I think people are getting Batmaned out. I think the Batman train has hit its top, and people are saying, okay, well, let's focus on some other characters now. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Batman. Always have, always will. But, I mean, like, when it went to the point in time where Batman was everything. Where when it comes to comic books, Batman was everything. But you can tell, like for example, people were complaining about in Injustice Gods Among Us that there's too many Batman characters in this game. Yeah, if you gave it a couple of years ago, if that came out, I don't think people would be saying that. Not saying that Batman's lost its popularity. Of course, Batman is. But I think people are starting to get a little sick of Batman. You know, the overblown-ish of Batman has overstayed its welcome. But anyways, yeah. I'm a little disappointed in these two shows. However, not as disappointed as in what they did to the Avengers. I was originally just going to talk about Beware the Batman and Teen Titans Go, but my goodness, when I saw Avengers Assemble, the very first episode, because I could not stand anymore, it hurt me. Because I had just bought Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes on Blu-ray, the second season, so I have seen it all now, and I own it all, And then I see this crap! Avengers Assemble is one of the worst shows I've ever seen so far. Like, I only saw the first episode, but man! Man, was that bad! I mean, everyone sounds like they're putting on a voice! Hi, I'm Iron Man! Look! And it starts with him, like, looking at it like, hey, there's Thor! Wonder if he needs help! Oh, no he doesn't! Hey, there's Hawkeye! Oh, I guess he's okay! Hey, I'll help! Captain America's dead! Yeah, sure he is! Who bought that? Who thought for 1 second, oh yeah, they killed Captain America in a show called Avengers Assemble in the first episode? And then there's absolutely no setup for any character at all. You know, people said that, oh, this is kind of a sequel to Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I hope not! Don't you badmouth Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes with this garbage? The characters were so one-dimensional. There was nothing more to them. There was just, Hawkeye was, I shoot arrows. Iron Man was, I'm the tech guy. Hulk was, I'm the angry guy. There's always, in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, there was more to their characters than that. They had more, it was funny. It was great animation. There was interesting character developments, interesting character dynamics. They had great storytelling, and then you just replace it with this... Bah! Bah! What happened, guys? We were riding this new era of hero animation, and then you took a knife, stabbed yourself, and went, oh, let's replace them with crap! So, here's the moral. You go cheap, you go crap. Don't go cheap, or I'll get you back. Do your shows nice, and do them smart. Because this stuff here is not art. You know, even though it's nowhere near being ready yet, I look forward to when I actually do my top 100 best superhero animated TV show episodes list. Because reliving all of those great superhero episodes will make up for these disappointments. But beware the Batman still has promise. Everything else could go jump in a lake.
Be sure to check out more of my other videos on my channel. And wait for more coming soon.